So my name is Yndent. Fun fact, it's actually an indented version of my full name. So a lot of people think it's like Yndent. But my name's Jordan Dent, so I get Yndent from that. I grew up in Fort Worth, Texas, but I've lived in Dallas for almost the last 3 years. That's where I call home. It changed my life. I love this place so much. Yeah. So this is a fun one because most of the time you'll see me, I'll be playing like some sort of, disco, funky, groovy house. That stuff like really resonates with, my heart. Obviously my image, with the pro and everything. It's just really fun and loving. But there are a lot of other genres that I, have so much love for that I get to play in certain other settings. Like right now, I'm really into a lot of trance, a lot of hard groove. Very different vibe than disco, but my other favorite genre of house is probably minimal. Minimal deep tech. There's a lot of really groovy, nice, kind of like underground sound in there that just is really fun. So my main inspos, I have a lot of artists that there are a lot of styles that I like to play. There are a lot of artists that I draw, various levels of inspiration from. So some of my all-time favorite house artists, people like Mark Knight. I just love his Tool Room label. His sound is kind of like the sound that I probably most identify with. But Hot Since '82 is one of my favorite DJs to see live. Just the way he tells stories with his sets. It's another thing that I try to model my own style off of. But aside from those two guys, we have names like Chris Dussy that come to mind. When I really got into minimal, Chris Dussy was the guy that I was really listening to a lot. But over on the trance side, there's a lot of new names I found recently, like Walters and Kyle Starkey and NFX, and those guys have really dominated my listening as of late. So, and one last one, just a special shout out, and one of my girlfriend's favorite artists. Name's Moon Boots, and Dallas loves Moon Boots, but I became a fan of his, very recently, a couple months ago, and he's another guy that gets into my sets a lot. My dream gig. So, I used to go to a lot of festivals. I'm talking in the span of 2.5 years, I went to 20 music festivals all over the country. So, quite a bit. But one of my favorite festivals, a little more EDM centric than house and a lot of the stuff I play, but Electric Force, truly, it's just such a magical place, especially the observatory stage, where you'll have a lot of the house and techno artists. It's so cool. It's such a vibe. It's so beautiful. It would honestly just be such a dream to go to Forest one year and be playing it as well, and the other 3 days I just get to have fun. But two other festivals that come to mind are Seismic Dance Event in Austin, another one of my favorites, House and Techno Fest, Concourse Project, beautiful. And of course, ARC, that's the premier house festival in the United States due to it being in the birthplace of house. So there's obviously a lot of incredible festivals outside of the country as well, like ADE, Music On, everything. There's so much all over the world, but sticking with where I've been, those are the places that come to mind. Dream back to back. So one of my favorite people that I actually play with in real life. His name's JJ, DJ Phonics. Shout out JJ. He just moved to Vietnam, but he's he's an open format guy and an EDM guy. So his sets are a mixed bag. And playing with him is always so fun because he keeps you on your toes. And so I always tell people, if you want to see me really experiment and open up a ton as a DJ, watch me play with that guy. And so I have a crazy answer for this. Most people stylistically would not assume I would say, somebody like Knock 2 as a dream back to back. But when I watch Knock 2, I see JJ, somebody who's super versatile, super technical, super clean, and just super energetic and fun. And that's what I like to do. That's how I like to, play. And so like a true dream back to back, not two. But you know, some of the other DJs that I was saying that I really look up to, like Hot Since '82, the way he tells stories, I would love to be able to play with him someday. Somebody like Asa. You know, I mentioned, you know, Mark Knight, Chris Vesey, you know, those are the same guys. Mochak even, the way he is just up there having loads of fun behind the decks is infectious. And, you know, it would be an honor.
That's it.
Yeah. Thank you.